It happened, y'all. I finally got tired of riding around with this raggedy headliner. So we're gonna change her today. We're gonna take her out, strip her down, clean her up, and put her back in, and go from this to this. No, it's not the prettiest, but it's better than what it was, and I'm happy with it. So, let me show you what you're gonna need to get this done. Number 1, fabric of your choice. 2 cans of headliner adhesive, flathead screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver, socket wrench, socket set, torque bits, wire brush, gloves, eyewear, and a mask. So I already took the visors out just to make sure I could do the job. Pretty easy process. If your mirrors have lights, there will be a wire that you will need to disconnect. 3 screws here, 1 screw here. Repeat the process on the other side and on to the next. Which is gonna be this side panel here that just pops out. It's held in by clips, 1 at the top, 1 at the bottom. Slide your fingers down to pop her out. You may have to push down on your dashboard a little bit here, but she should slide right out. If you have a speaker, you're going to disconnect that from its connection. And if you have a hard time getting these out, I recommend using a screwdriver. Slide it in on one side and pull, and she should pop right out. Now that panel can be removed from the vehicle. I recommend keeping everything that come out the passenger side on one side and the driver's side on the other. Next thing we're going to remove is our front lights. Now every car has a different system. Mine has lights in a compartment. It was held up by 1 screw. Pop that sucker out and pull straight down.
Oh, there she goes.
Again, where there's lights, there will be wires, so take your time, disconnect each wire. I had a hard time with this, but I got it done. Do your best not to pull on any wires so you won't damage anything.
There she goes.
If your headliner has any clips like these, use a Phillips head to pry those out. More than likely, there will be a nut or screw. Remove that sucker and the front of your headliner is done and down. Next panel to remove will be this side door panel right here. In order to do that, you gotta remove this panel here at the floor of your door. Very easy, just slide your fingers in there, pop her out. Be gentle with this plastic because she's a little fragile. Now you got full access to this side panel here. Slide your fingers in at the bottom, pull towards you to pop her out, and work your way up to the top, and she should pop right out. Now you can take out your hold-on tight handle. You got 3 bolts holding her in. I use my trusty monkey wrench to get those out. No, that's not how you use a monkey wrench, but there's more than one way to skin a cat. Once you get those screws out, pull towards you and she should pop right out. At this point, you're about 70% done with the job. Look at that smile. Look. Slide your hand along the headliner to see what's the next panel that needs to come out. And for me, it was this one. First, I had to take out the door panel. Then I had to release my seats to let those down, which gave me full access to take out this back glass window. Now you want to pop this panel out the same way you do the others, but you don't need to remove it fully. You just need enough where it can pull down like this. Now for the hard part, removing this 23-year-old dusty DVD player. Look at it. First things first, you want to take out your back lights. There are no screws in this process. Just pop off that front cover, pull out the fixture, disconnect the wires, and you're done. Now, get your trusty socket wrench to take out the 4 screws in the DVD player. Listen to this beautiful musical instrument. This part, I will say, did take a while. Try not to get frustrated because it's all going to work out. Sun started going down. Mom brought me another light. By morning time, we had everything removed. Now, this DVD player, the one thing that was holding me up was this little wonky thing here. You had to slide it out of this hole. But after that, you're ready to remove your headliner. This is where we at. All the panels are out. Headliner rested on the head of the seats. One thing y'all didn't get to see me take off was this. Pretty much these are popped in. Take you a screwdriver of some sort, get in those grooves and pry it open. And when those come out, when they're both popped out, you just pull it out, just jug it out. Now earlier I said you don't have to remove these back panels. That's because you can pull down on the panel and shift the headliner until it's free. Now the only thing left to do is to detach the wires connected to the headliner. Slide your hand along the wires and gently pull to get those suckers free. Now you can remove your headliner. Some people say that you can fit it through a door to get it out, but that just wasn't working for me. I slid it out through the back window, had it bent it a little bit, but no damages were done. Now find you a place to work outside, because this is going to get a little messy.
Okay.
Pick a spot and just start ripping that old fabric off. Throw her out and let's start removing this insulation. Get you some safety goggles, a mask, and some gloves to keep the insulation out of your eyes. I use this wire brush with the handle and the dish pad or whatever that's called, and it worked perfectly fine. Use the wire brush to loosen up the insulation and then follow up with the pad, and you'll be done in about 30 minutes. The sun went down on me, but once you're done, she should be naked just like this.
Sensational.
Now it's time for the adhesive. I was told that this was better than Gorilla Glue, and I give it a 10 out of 10.
Come on, Lord, make it work.
Grab your fabric of choice. I did not plan to do this today, so I did not have headliner fabric. Got some fabric out my mama's house, cut it to length, and it worked like a charm. Pick a side to start on, flip her back, and start spraying. Spray the headliner and the fabric. Fold her down and use something like a credit card to smooth her out. Take your time to remove any air bubbles, and please wear gloves to not get it dirty.
Are you sure about that?
Roll the rest of the fabric back, fold it on top, and start spraying the next area. Repeat the same smoothing process as before. Continue all the way down to the end, and you should end up with something that looks like this. As for the edges, I sprayed them with adhesive, pressed them down, and used binder clips to hold them overnight. You may need to make a few cuts here, so make sure you got your scissors on deck. Leave her clipped overnight, and voila. Hell, I like it. I'm proud of it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them below. Like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.